sometimes being a proud man is not the best move on the board, and sometimes it's easier to kill your ego. But if someone would have gave me that advice when I was younger, I would have been like, hell no, I'm going in all guns blazing. I'm giving them a piece of my mind, I'm sharing and I'm expressing exactly how I feel. Until I started to grow up and realize that, you know what, Ish, peace is better, and there's different ways to actually communicate. Sometimes putting your pride first and sometimes putting your ego first is going to put you in sticky situations, and sometimes when you lead with ego and you lead with pride, the other person then doesn't actually hear and understand what you're saying. So sometimes it's easier to just let them think what they're thinking, get rid of the fear of judgment, be super confident in yourself, in your ability, what you do, what you offer, what you have to say, and the current situation you're in. I don't care what you think, I'm confident and grounded in who I am. And then sometimes it's easier to actually just hear that person, because sometimes there's a miscommunication, right, between people when it comes to disagreements, and everyone's just trying to share their thoughts and their opinions and X, Y, and Z. So if you go into a conversation all guns blazing, or someone's accused you of all of that, and your ego and your pride is high, you're leading with that, and that person is not shutting that down, and that person's not going to hear what you're saying. So sometimes it's easier just to keep calm, listen to what they're saying, and then share your point. And even if you listen to what they're saying and you still disagree, sometimes you don't even have to share your point. You can just say okay and actually just leave the conversation, because at the end of the day, the most valuable thing is protecting your peace. And just because you back down, or just because you don't say nothing, doesn't make you weak, doesn't make you not heard, doesn't make you not seen. Now you're just smarter, and you're playing a different game. You're playing a game of communication, and when you play the game of communication, you understand there's different ways to communicate with someone, as in different ways for someone to actually hear you. So protect your peace and don't let your ego win. And remember, at the end of the day, sometimes it's easier to just bless a situation instead of actually going to war in a situation, because war costs a lot. It costs time, it costs energy, it costs money, and if you ain't got time, you haven't got energy, and you haven't got money, you ain't winning the war. So look at your circumstances and see, do you have time? Do you have time to actually give this person? All right, now you're going after your goals and your dreams, and if you're going after your goals and your dreams, most likely you haven't got time for war. Do you have finances that you're happy to actually spend in this? And do you have energy where you have extra energy to actually give off to this? And if you haven't got energy, if you haven't got time, if you haven't got money, just be smarter in the way you approach things, because it's not worth it.